Recording is in progress. 3, 2, and 1. Hello, hello. We are live. Happy Wednesday, guys. We are getting through March, right? We're almost through this quarter. I wanted to thank you so much for being here with me. We are in part 10 of Mastering Your Destiny. And I'm going to be offering an ebook of these 10 weeks that we've been going over. So that way you can take a look at what is it that we reviewed? What are the points? What's the infographics? What's the checklist? And in that ebook, you're going to be able to have all of that at your fingertips instead of week by week and try to get it here and try to get it there and this link and that link. So let me know if you're interested. I want to make sure that you get it. It's actually going to be extremely affordable. It's my gift to you. And also within getting that gift, you'll get a complimentary my gift to you consult to be able to go over what's your action plan. What are the steps that you want to take as you're going through each part, each chapter? How can you implement that for yourself? So let me know if that sounds of interest to you. I want to get that to you, get it into your hands. And if it's something that you really like and you want to buy it for somebody else, you totally can. You can get as many copies as you'd like. So let me know. I look forward to getting it into your hands and hearing what you think, because I also want to make some edits and changes to add in your stories and your thoughts. That's going to make the next volume even better. All right, cool beans. So what are we talking about today? What's the finale? Well, the idea is if you're not allowing yourself to implement the disciplines of these things that you've learned, then you're not able to really implement anything. It's just another nice opportunity of learning something. How many times have you been through a course, or you've been through a training, or you've sat through a webinar and you're like, oh, that's really good stuff. And then you never think about it again, or you might think about it and you're like, well, that would be good. And then you just kind of forget about it. Well, we're going to talk about it today. We're going to talk about how you're going to be implementing it. And we're going to talk about how you can take this ebook that you're going to be getting and you're going to be able to implement every part of it slowly. The more you allow yourself to practice habits, the more your subconscious mind gets used to it. The more you realize that your mind is this wonderful tool that is automatically set up to, once you implement an information, it's programmed. Whether you're implementing it in, or the culture around you is implementing it in, or you're just allowing the world around you, TV, social media, rules, laws, other people's beliefs, other people's stuff, to just kind of program what you're thinking. Well, what if it's time for you to go, wait a second, why do I think that? Oh my gosh, I've been putting all these rules and limitations on myself because? A lot of times you'll find out that's the only answer. Because I thought I was supposed to do it that way. Because that's the way I heard is the healthiest way. Because that's the way my subconscious mind felt the need to protect me. Oh my gosh. The only way you're going to be able to make yourself clear of those limiting beliefs and those thoughts that block you, those emotions that get in your way, is to get really clear and really mindful and have somebody who's able to go, hey, do you see that you're thinking like that and you're doing that and it's causing this? Before that, you might have been going, well, this is the right way. And I don't care if it creates a problem in this relationship. I'm going to do the best thing. And you start to wonder, why do I believe that's the best thing? Oh, there's no real meat behind that. There's no real depth in my decision making on that. It was just because that's what I learned and I thought that was the best way. And now that we're looking at these other options, I can see there's other best ways. They align exactly with what God's asking me to do, but these are going to get me better results than what I'm creating over here. Oh my gosh. And it's not like that other way was so terrible. You thought the other way was the best way. You thought the other way was making sure you're showing the good thing, the healthy thing. But then you realize it's not creating the good result. It's not creating the healthy result, but it's not clear as to why. But once you have new ideas, new understanding, changing your perception with different understandings of emotional awareness, the full content and context of a situation, of what's going on for you, what's going on for them, what baggage are you bringing into the situation and filters, what baggage are they bringing into the situation and filters, how is that blocking you, what are some ways that it's showing up in self-sabotage, or some ways that you're trying to create the discipline in your life, but it's just coming off as negative. How do I work that out? Right? So those are all things that you're going to be able to take a look at. And that's just a few things you're going to be able to take a look at as you're working with this ebook, Mastering Your Destiny. But getting back into today, narrowing it down into detail, I wanted to give you an overall picture of how that discipline works. And now we're going to kind of zoom back in for this 10th week. Now, before I get started, what I'd like for you to do is I'd like for you to go to the bottom of this recording and you'll see that you can share it. You can copy the description. You can click share. Well, first of all, like it or heart it or thumb it, or I like the heart one where the little guy squeezing the big heart, giving it a big hug. Copy it and then click share. And you decide where you're going to share it to. I'm going to do the exact same thing. And the idea is we want to make sure that people are getting this information. So I'm actually sharing it to my business page. Nope, I can't because it wants me to switch. Don't you hate that new thing that this Facebook stuff has done? Anyways, I'll have to share that to my business page later now because of the change they made. But I'm also going to share it to a couple groups. So as you do that, you're allowing other people to get this information that maybe they don't even know it's available. They've never seen it before. And as you're sharing it, they're going to get the live automatically, just like you're getting it. So go ahead and do that. And I've shared it to a couple. Hi, guys. Because I want to make sure I'm also helping to get the word out. You might say, oh, it's so easy for you. Yeah, no, it's not easy for me, guys. This is stuff that makes me, just as uncomfortable, just as shy, just as, oh my gosh, I'm sharing this with people and people are going to see it. But when I move my stuff out of the way, I'm like, I want people to see this. I want people to have supports. I want people to have information. I want them to feel cared about. And I want them to have these tools to be able to practice and share. This wasn't something that I knew how to do. This was something that I had to, get a lot of support for. I had to practice this my whole life. I'm 46 and I've had to practice this ever since I was 15 when I got into foster care, and they gave me help to begin to understand all of what I went through. And I've been doing personal development, intensive personal development trainings since I was 17. And I learned about Landmark, and then I learned about Summit, and then I learned about TLC, and then I learned about a whole bunch of others that are not coming to my mind. I apologize that I'm not thinking of the names, and not just that, but my education and the spiritual training that I've had, and the independent living skill training and personal development skill training and employment skill training that I got for helping at-risk populations. All of that still did not get me to a place that I knew how to break out of my negative thinking, that I knew how to break out of the limits, that I knew how to shift out of the stuff that had been holding me back from my own programming. I did not realize and understand that. And so other people get to get this information, right? They get to get it. All right, you guys. So we're going to narrow it down. So the very first thing is you're allowing yourself to take a look at how are you managing your time? And yes, time management is part of it, but a bigger part is task management. And I have to give that to my most recent coaching group that I'm part of, More Value Now. It's also a group that I'm working with now. So you'll be hearing a lot more about it and the tools that we share. But the idea is I'm adding more value even to my coaching company as we are working as a team of coaches. And the idea is looking at it as task management. How do we break these things down? How do we chunk it? What's going on? Is this of value, or am I getting caught up in something I'm not able to say no to? Or is there something going on where I need to put more time where I'm making money and less time where I'm staying busy or doing admin or doing posting, or have my VA do this or get a different VA to do that? It's really about taking a look at how are you using your time and how are you planning your tasks, right? And then, like for myself, I would plan a lot of productive things, but then I would not really think about the admin. And then I'd have to catch up with all that and always feel behind. So planning in the breaks, planning in the admin, planning in the support, planning in your recreation, planning in your self-care, planning in your family time, planning in your friend time. You might think, well, there's not enough time for all of that. That's why you got to plan for it. And plan, I need time to nothing. You need just nothing time, right? So like my husband likes to do nothing and watch TV. I like to do nothing and like be able to do the laundry and come back and do a little bit of work and come back and read a little bit of something here. And meaning I don't have to do anything in that moment. I can do whatever I want. I can go outside and sit and just listen to the crows and hear the traffic and hear the wind and feel the sun. I could do forever, how long I want, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, depending on how hot it gets here in Florida. So the idea is giving yourself that space in that time. I used to have it where all my time was accounted for, and I was so stressed out and tired all the time. But I was planning. I planned my recreation time. I planned my breaks. I didn't give myself time to just, nothing's required. Do whatever you want. So nice. That was what I needed, right? Not TV time, not, read a book time, just nothing time. And if I wanted to watch TV, I could. If I wanted to listen to music, I could. Nothing planned. And then I could plan in there whatever I wanted. It was just, that's the kind of relaxation that I need. No pressure, just whatever. If I want to vacuum, I can vacuum. If I want to sit there and stare at the wall, I could. Occasionally I'll do that, not the wall so much, but like out the window or something. So take a look at what your needs are. So that way, when you're planning your time management and your task management, you're able to go, oh, okay. Well, as I got through the week, feel good. And guys, as you get to the end of your day, I'd like for you to practice a different mindful meditation of my day is complete. I completed these things. My day is satisfied. So much of us end the day going, oh, I didn't do this and I didn't do that and I didn't do this and I didn't do that. Gosh, I'm always feeling behind. What kind of pressure are you putting on your mind and your body? Can you think about that? Instead, practicing, I had a good day. I got all these things done. I got everything done that I could get done. I am complete. And you just keep saying that to yourself. I am complete. I'm satisfied with what I got done today, which is the truth. You got a lot done today. You get to give yourself permission to be satisfied with that. Telling yourself you're not good enough, telling yourself what you did is not, not completed, not perfect, not enough. You got to catch up. Oh my gosh, there's this and there's that and there's this. Thinking about that stuff doesn't get it done. Thinking about that stuff doesn't make you feel better. Thinking about that stuff does nothing to help you at all. Outside of the fact of it reminds you of what you need to do, write it down and put it away. Then you can be satisfied with the list of the things that you wrote down that you'll be able to work on either tomorrow or into the week. Oftentimes, we have this idea that we have to get everything done. Sometimes we'll call it a task, and it's a project of things. So you get to allow yourself to begin to work on that more effectively. Now, I'm giving you a lot of how. Most people don't give you the how. They just give you the general. I want you to begin to practice step by step. And if you're not sure and it just seems too overwhelming, I get it. I have to do the exact same thing. So when I work with my clients, I help them break it down. And I know how to do it because I do it. And I know the overwhelm because I get it. But I also know the relaxation and the satisfaction at the end of the day without telling myself, you're not done. Look what you didn't do. Because I used to do that. It's like, oh, you got a lot done today. I'm really proud of you. There's some things that you'll catch up on tomorrow, but you're fine. That's there for your tomorrow. Good job. Speak that into yourself. All right, that's number one. Now, number one is the time management part. Those others were a bonus into there. Number two, this is part of that bonus, right? Getting that well-organized plan. And so what I just shared with you is breaking that down, right? So you're going to be looking at what's the task task management that I get to do? What's the project management that I get to do? What can be done in one day and what can't? I've got 20 things outside of my schedule. And when I look at my schedule, I've got 2 half-an-hour breaks. That all is not getting done. Some of it did already this morning, and some of it is going to get done in those 2 half-hour breaks. And so as I'm looking at it, I'm like, maybe. But then I take a look at what are the priorities. This one has to get done, and that one has to get done. Okay, great. So those 2 will definitely get done within those half-hour breaks. If I have to, which I need to, use one of them to also have lunch, right? I'm going to have bathroom breaks. So as long as I have those 2 things done, I get to be satisfied. And those 2 things may not take as long. So I might be able to get a couple other things in there. So you see how as you slowly start to break it up and move backwards and move forwards with your timing, it starts to kind of unfold when you start to be able to see how the pieces fit together. And that can be extremely overwhelming trying to do on your own. I do that with my clients. I break down their whole week. Now, it may not be every single thing like I have to do with my day, but it might. I've done that too. So it's okay if you need support in those areas, right? Number 1, you're going to be working on your time management and task management. Number 2, you're going to be taking a look at how to have a well-organized plan. And that's going to include your goals. That's going to include how you're going to accomplish them and your action steps, right? So number 3, what is it that you're going to connect into to access those goals? What is it that you're going to allocate to be able to pursue them? Just like I said, those 2 half hours. Now, I'm not expecting a lot more out of myself today because every other aspect is a meeting or a client. So, okay, great. Breathe into that, accept however your schedule is, and then realize you could change it if you need to. Like today is a super busy day. Yesterday was a super busy day. Tomorrow is not as busy. So these things I can't get done here, I'm putting them over there. So see how you can just breathe into that. And you might find that some of those things you don't want to do. Like I have different coaching. So they're going to keep me extra busy in the different things that I need to accomplish. You might say, really interested. So then we pull out some of those things. Well, then you don't need to post on all of those platforms. Let's just post on this platform. Or you don't need to make all of those phone calls. Look what you're trying to require of yourself. What are the primaries that you need to call today? Just kind of asking yourself those questions. And as you're doing that, you're creating, number 4, a systematic approach to accomplish these various tasks, to accomplish your way of thinking, to accomplish how to do it. Now, I have clients, including myself, by the way, before I started doing this work, I would feel so totally overwhelmed just even thinking about it. And that's why it helps to have somebody help you break it down. There's things that I get totally overwhelmed about, like writing a different script I need to do, starting up my group again. Those things I'm just like, ah. So I'm connecting with my coach and we're going to walk through it. I can do it. I can walk somebody else through it. But for me, it's bringing up emotion. That's a reminder. Clubhouse, 8:30. We're going to be talking about morning mindset reset and Jesus calling. But getting back to track. In this systematic approach, it allows you to be able to notice any emotion that's coming up and be able to work through it and address it. So for me, when I'm in my emotion, it's a lot tougher for me to kind of work through what I need to because something's coming up, either fear of rejection, that's my big one. I'm a perfectionistic person. So it's like, oh, but I'm going to mess it up, or it's going to sound stupid, or it's not going to sound as knowledge as I wanted to, or it's not going to be as supportive as I hope, or whatever, right? I have a brain and I have thoughts that come up. And so I have to catch those thoughts, write them down. Why is that coming up? What's going on? Okay, so there's various fears. Ultimately, none of them are true. There's nothing I need to do outside of what I'm doing. I already have my plan. I already have my posting. I already have my script. Okay, good. All then I need to do on that other side is fill in, you are good enough. You are making a difference. This is going to help people. They're going to let you know, and whatever you need to change, you will. Relax. You're okay. You're doing a good job. I love you. I support you. Let's go. Let's keep going. How you feel? Better. Less stressed out, feeling more relaxed. Connecting in. God, you've got me. I give my fears and I give my worries to you. Cool. We start again. Right? So bringing in peace into the mind, bringing in peace into the emotions, bringing in peace into the spirit, there's no other barriers. But you can't always do that on your own, right? And so that's why when I have my coach helping me through these steps, I'm still doing my own work because I'm really good at what I do. They're helping me outside of me, right? And sometimes we just need that support, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That's actually very smart and very healthy. Okay, number 5. What you heard me say, writing down, right? So these things I'm talking about, my schedule today, it's on here. It's on my Google Calendar. I just like that one, that little reminder right there to remind you guys about Clubhouse. Like little things to remind me is also what I'm practicing to remind you, to help you, to guide you, right? Okay, and last, number 6. And I mentioned this one a moment ago. Anything that's not done, allowing yourself to realize you're putting too much expectation on yourself, and instead of your thinking about it as you're incomplete, no, I am complete. I completed everything that I did. I completed everything that I had time for. Those other things were incorrect expectations. And guys, you might have a bad day. And when I say a bad day, you might not be feeling well. You might be stressed out. You might be extra tired. You might not have slept. You might have somebody who said something and you're totally pissed off. So your systems are amped. And so I don't want to say you're having a bad day, like something wrong with you, but the day is not going the way you planned. Your body's not going the way you planned. Your emotions aren't going the way you planned. Other people are not going the way you planned. That's okay. Give yourself room for those days. And you might say, well, I know what my 100% is, and that's not it. Okay. So if today you're at 80%, then you give 100% of that 80%. If you're at 50%, guys, if you're at 5% and you're in so much pain, like getting up to take a shower is enough, like it makes you want to scream and bite your lips off, right? Then that's your 100%. So be kind to yourself about that stuff. That's real important. So think about it like that. Whatever that percentage is, I can only give 5% today. I can only give 80% today. I can only give 95% today. Give 100% of that percentage. You're giving your all still. Don't judge who you are today to who you're supposed to be. If you're having a rough day, acknowledge that. Give yourself, like, let's say it's 80% you're feeling. Give yourself the love and nurturing for that 20%, because there's a need there. Not a judgment, not a criticism. And this is a bonus. This is number 7 that's not on there. Give yourself the nurturing, the love, the support, the celebration that you need. Because if you don't, you're going to burn out. If you don't, you're going to fall down. If you don't, you're not going to be able to get the results that you want to get in as wonderful of a way as you can. And giving yourself that harmony while you're doing this stuff. You're not doing this stuff to check off a list. You're doing this stuff to enjoy your life. Remember that. All right, bring it in. Big squishy hugs. You make sure you take care of you. Make sure that you know you're loved, whether you like it or not, as I always say. And let yourself follow these steps. If you have questions about these steps, that's fine. Let me know. You're also going to be able to see that I'm going to give out an infographic tomorrow, and it's going to go over these steps. And it's also going to come with this recording. So if this is something that you're like, oh, I really like this. This was really helpful. I would like for you to share this with me. Type in the comments, Master Your Destiny, and you'll get that infographic. You'll also see posted tomorrow if you want it. Type in there, Master Your Destiny. So whether you have it in comments today or you put it in comments tomorrow, you'll get it. And you'll also get this recording, because I want to make sure you're able to practice this work. But again, know that you can't do it by yourself, right? It's normal. You're going to be focusing on this, and not all this other stuff can be here. So when you're working with somebody, they can walk you through step by step. How are you doing here? Okay, so what can you do different? What's really working? How do we celebrate that? That's really awesome. That's so cool. Look at your progress. Wow, I wasn't seeing that. Heck yeah, look, that's cool. Acknowledge those steps. Sweet. Okay, this one, I didn't really want to look at that. Okay, well, let's take a look at what's the resistance there. This one, oh, got that one down. That was so easy. Oh my gosh, I didn't expect it, how easy that was. That's so cool. Okay, where do you want to take that? What's the next level? Well, that one's really good. I'm going to kind of leave that one where it's at right now so I can put my attention over here. Great. Or you might go, well, I really want to put my attention here and I want to do this and I want to do that. But as your coach, I might go, well, based on what you're sharing with me, you're doing really well there. So how about we keep that there? That way you're not having to put that much effort into it. You're doing really well. And then we'll focus over here because I see this is where you had mentioned you've got some resistance. So let's put more time and effort here and keep doing what you're doing there because that's showing up perfect for you. Oftentimes, if we get something perfect or something wrong, we've got to do it, we've got to change it. And so that's what I mean by you can't do it on your own. Because heck yeah, you can do it on your own. You already have been. But you may not be able to do it on your own with the ease and support and guidance that you really want, getting you to that level that you really can get to instead of the same year after year after year after year, or not quite getting where you want to, feeling like you're almost there. It's just out of reach, you know? All right, cool beans. You get another one, bring it in. You have a great rest of your week. Continue to share this, get the information out, get the support out. And again, remind yourselves, remind others that they are loved, whether they like it. You take care of you. Have a great day. Bye, guys.